I am a young adult and I can speak up for what I believe in. And if I can be a voice for the voiceless, then that's what I need to do, because this year has been very eye-opening. So I think we are all blessed to have the platforms that we do so we can speak up on what needs to happen, what needs to be better. Yes, at the end of the day, we're an athlete, but then we're also a human being, and we see the news just like you guys, so why can't we speak on it? We're not professional activists or anything like that, but we have a sense of what is right and wrong in the world, and we're allowed to express that. That's why we have freedom of speech. I've always said take it one day at a time, and I think that's helped me stay sane on all of those levels in and out of the gym, because if I focus on one day at a time, then I don't get too wrapped up in it. But I feel like over the past 5 years, I've grown a lot more confident in myself and who I am as a person. So that's why I'm able to use my platforms and do interviews and speak out, because I truly believe that I'm helping other people find your joy outside of your sport or your work, so that that's not the only thing you're relying on to fill your tank, because outside you're going to need to fill your tank so that you can go into your job and do the best that you can do. So that's why yes, in the gym I put 100% effort, but then whenever I go home, I kind of try to leave work at home. I'm at work at the gym and then do whatever I need to do at home. And I think everybody can learn from that, just so that you're filling your tank up, so that when you go back in, you're performing your best. No dream is too big, so remember to write down your goals, because you always see the bigger picture in the end, but there are little puzzle pieces that will fit into that bigger piece that you need to navigate. And that's why I've done so well over the years. Is yes, I have a big goal at the end, but I need to do the little steps to get there. Don't focus on the negative in your life, focus on the positive, because that will really bring you off your feet and keep you moving forward, rather than when you focus on the bad in the world, you just also have to focus on the good. And that's what keeps me going and keeps me positive. And I just try to live by that.
Simone Biles, the most decorated American gymnast of all time.
She is now called the greatest gymnast to ever live.
Winner of 3 consecutive world championships, wowing the crowds at the Rio Olympics by taking home 5 medals, 4 of them gold.
You are seeing the greatest of all time.
Known as much for her bubbly personality,
Waving to everybody.
as for the skills that take our breath away.
She is a 4'8" gymnast.
I think for elite athletes like some of us that have gone through this hard time, I think we're very good at compartmentalizing things. So I think we just tried to push it in the back of our heads that it didn't happen to us. But once you realize, it happened to you, it's very saddening. I remember just like bawling my eyes out, and I was driving at the time. So it was very hard, because for the longest time, my parents would ask, "Hey, Simone," they would never push me to talk about it, but my automatic response was no. And I would be angry, and I didn't want to talk about it, because I'm like, no, it couldn't happen to me. There's just no way. And then you just come to realize that it has happened. And I think that's when I broke down about it, because nobody wants their daughter, or just even as an individual, to have that happen to them. So it feels like he took a part of me that I can't get back. So I'm still working on that part. So it's very hard. It is not your fault. Because some of them, it's called a grooming process. And I think that's what he did. So the main part that he took away from me that I'll never get back is trust. And so I think it's very hard for me to trust some other people. And I find myself even walking down the street or being in places, I'm just very scared. So I think that was the main thing, but it'll all come back within time.
That's right. Yeah.
Not a lot of people can relate to winning, into being an elite athlete, into doing the things and breaking the barriers that we're doing. But a lot of people can relate to mental health and normal people stuff, because we're not seen as normal people walking around. But then once I kind of took a step back, I obviously was expecting to feel a lot of backlash and embarrassment, but it's the complete opposite. And that's the first time I felt human. Like besides Simone Biles, I was Simone, and people kind of respected that.
Yeah, I say put mental health first, because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions, to focus on yourself, because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are, rather than just battle through it.
To pull out, it was a very courageous move, probably one of the bravest things I've ever done, to kind of put myself first and say no and speak up about myself, because ultimately I wanted to walk away from Tokyo, and that became a newfound goal after everything that had happened. But now I'm doing a lot better. Obviously, putting my mental health first was really important to me. So once I got back here, started doing that, and now we're on tour. So I'm super happy to take Cerebral on the road with me. Hasn't been an easy journey, but it's definitely been worth it. And I'm so happy to be a voice for the voiceless, and to kind of put not so much of a stigma on mental health, because I feel like it impacts everybody and affects everybody on a daily basis. So if I can be a barrier breaker for that, then I'm going to do it. And I think that's what people don't understand, because like you said, if we have a cast or an ACL, you take that time off, you get to recover. And mental health, that journey is so unique and different for everybody. But since people couldn't physically see it or grasp it, then it's no problem. Then why don't you just go out there and do it? And it's like, one, I'm doing this for myself, not you guys. I get that we're entertainers, but at the end of the day, we're human too. And so you guys have to respect that. So I got a lot of great feedback from that, but it is hard to talk about mental health, because people can't see it, they can't grasp it. For them, it's not an injury, but it almost is, and it has a worse effect on you on a daily basis.
Yeah, is your hope that it is seen the same way and respected and cared for the same way?
Yes, and I feel like in America and around the globe, it is being taken more seriously. So I feel like we're breaking the stigma there, but there's still so much talk and work that needs to be had on mental health. Feels amazing. It's definitely a great distraction, but I say distraction lightly, because I am still on Cerebral, and I'm taking my mental health journey very seriously. So I'm so happy that I have that app on the road with me, because it's really important that I focus on myself, or I wouldn't be able to go out in front of the crowds every night like I do. If I can be a voice for the voiceless, then obviously that's my hope, and that's what I'm going to do, because I want to help as many people as possible. I just do me whenever I go out there, and whenever it's time to shine.
2 flip-flops to a double-double.
Have fun in front of a crowd.
I mean, you're driven, and I watched some old interviews of you when you were younger. You were like, I always wanted to be better than that girl. Well, now there's nobody out there. You're way out in front.
Yeah.
So how is it that you stay motivated and keep that fierceness?
It's more stressful whenever I go out and compete, because I'm trying to be better than I was at the last meet. So I'm trying to beat myself, and sometimes you get caught up in that moment, and it's just scary, because I go out and I'm like, can I do it again? Can I be this good? And can I repeat what I did last Olympics? And I feel like that's what motivates me.
Are you beatable?
I don't know. I feel like you just never know. You just never know. If I'm at the top of my game, I feel like it would be very hard.
If I had a vote, I would say, no, girl, you are not beatable.
The kids remind me how old I am every day. Yesterday, we were in practice, and they're like, Simone, how long have you been doing the sport? And I was like, 17 years. And they're like, I'm not even 17 yet. Some of my teammates aren't even 17 yet. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
What ultimately made you decide to come back?
I knew I had more to give to the sport for myself, and I felt like I had a purpose, and now I feel like I do, and it's to be a voice for the younger generation, and I feel like I've done that. So I feel like just God called me.